Okay, hello. I had to redo the intro because my toilet started squeaking. Um, the float the float valve um, is old, and the it doesn't go all the way up, so it creates like a differential in the pressure, and it lets this really weird squeal. I gotta fix it. I know how to fix it. I YouTubed it and I figured it out. So I just need to buy parts for that. But um, going back to the video. Hello. I have a general idea of what this video is going to be, so if you're new here and you don't know how I do videos, is I click record and then I just airball, I spitball. I have an idea in my head, and whether or not I actually go with that for the video is like in the moment decision. But this is going to be the thumbnail. We're doing Taco Bell and book. Okay, that was my little thumbnail. I just got done. I went for a night drive. At the very start, I bought Taco Bell, so I got a Baja Blast and this. And I was working on the motorcycle, so my hands are dirty, and I forgot to wash them. But we're just gonna eat anyways because cleaning your hands is for nerds. I don't know why, but my last Taco Bell video, where I just sat and ate a 5-layer bean beef burrito, is at like 2,000 views right now. So I figured I'll do another one, but this time we'll spice it up and we'll talk about this book. As you can see, it's called My War: Killing Time in Iraq by Colby Buzzell. Colby Buzzell is a E4 in the Army, in the United States Army. He's a specialist. When he started, when he started the book, he was maybe a private. I actually don't know. But hold on, I'm gonna take another bite because I'm hungry. Because I got done working out. I worked on the motorcycle, then I went to Taco Bell, and so. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you don't like mouse sounds. This video is just gonna be like 90% mouse sounds. I'm also gonna do the Bevo swallow. If you don't know who Bevo is, he's this food reviewer. He's like English, and he swallows like, it looks like he's gonna choke on it. I just do that because I don't chew my food. I just down it. But yeah, the book. It's about, so Colby Buzzell, E4 in the Army. It is a memoir of his time in Iraq. Now, Colby was a part of a striker brigade, one of the first ever striker brigades. Not first ever, but like one of the first to be deployed to Iraq, because in 2004 it was an experimental unit. 2003, like 2000. I think he joined the army in 2000, yeah. Like 9/11 happened, and I think he joined like a couple months after or something. But yeah, no, he went to a striker brigade. Experimental at the time. If you don't know what a striker is, it's just like it's like an armored personnel carrier. It's just on wheels. It can be equipped with like a turret, and it's fast. So these striker brigades and striker units would go out, smash, come back. They were all about like speed and efficiency in army standards and terms. But yeah, it documents his time in Iraq. He started apparently he started a super famous blog. It's called, I want to say it's literally the same. It's called My War, on Blogspot. You can still go and look at it. It's still up. But he started the blog with no intention of it gaining any traction. It was just a way for him to like not vent, but just like write what was actually going on in Iraq, because media at the time was still on like whoop-de-doo America, Yahoo, no one's dying over here, it's perfectly fine. So he started writing about his experiences in Iraq as just a regular Joe in the army. And it's it's gained a lot of praise, or his blog at the time gained a lot of praise because it was unfiltered for the most part, as unfiltered as someone in the army can write, without getting like a military trial, and being branded as a traitor. But it's unfiltered, and the book is a combination of the blog posts and his own like recollection of his time in Iraq. It's all kind of like it's categorical, right? So it's like when he gets there, when he's there, when he leaves, and he has the blog posts scattered throughout those sporadically. But honestly, I started this book when I was at the Denver airport waiting for my flight because I brought it with me. I wasn't really sure if I was going to read it. I tried reading it once and I just couldn't get into it at the start. But I had nothing else to do and I was there for 4 hours. So I finished reading Vinland Saga and then I broke this bad boy out and I read this thing for a good like 3 hours straight while I was at the terminal on the plane ride, and then a little bit when I got home. When I got home, it was like 12. It was like 1 a.m. But yeah, no, the book. I've never read anything like this where it's a recounting of like someone's story, not story, but a recounting of someone's journey through something where it's like it's real. Like this was real, this happened. And he has the blog posts to back it up. In terms of like, because it is a book about war and the military, there is no propaganda. He keeps it very real. It is a very real eyes on the ground perspective. And he makes it very clear that he doesn't, at least at the end of the book when his deployment is over, he makes it very clear he doesn't like the army or I guess what's going on technically. And a lot of that stemmed from the army trying to almost like censor his blog because his blog got so popular. It started attracting eyes of, the higher ups and like military intelligence, right? And so he had to cut down on the things he could write about, or else he would get like Article 15, which is just a military discipline thing. I'm gonna take another bite of my burrito, okay? And a sip of my Baja. But yeah, the people in his book, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them aren't really memorable. There's one guy who's like super hoo-ah, like ideal army soldier. I think he's Southern, who's a little memorable, but the most memorable people in his book are his brigade commander, and yeah, that's about it. His brigade commander, I want to say that was his rank. I'm just going to the very end, because at the end, okay, there's that. His brigade commander, pretty much it sends him like an email. Okay, I guess I went way too far. Wait. Okay, yeah. His battalion commander sent him this really long email at the end of his deployment. And this chapter in specifically is called, or this little excerpt is called In Service of the Queen. Honestly, you could read it and not really be spoiled at all. It's on page 322. And it is one of the most, I I have to read it again to like, I'll have to read it multiple times to like fully grasp it because I felt like it was that good. Um, but his battalion commander is like one of the most memorable people in the book because of that email. And it's really long and it goes over a lot of stuff. And it's just human. Like it's the most human thing I've ever for a book about war and the military. I didn't expect a lot of what was in there, like in the book, to be in the book. I thought it was going to be a lot more propaganda and like, war is so cool, you should join the US military. But it really was just like a boots on the ground um, view. You were Buzzell. Like, and he doesn't write from the perspective of like you as the reader being him. He writes from the perspective of him being the person. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but um, it doesn't glorify anything. Um, it just makes everything real. I'm gonna use that word a lot. Real and human. It humanizes. The whole thing is it's just so good. And there is the battalion commander. I'm gonna read a quote of a quote that really just kind of stuck with me. Um, he ends his message with a quote from Mrs. Potter's Lullaby, or no, this is just a song. It's by Pittacus Lore. I have no idea what that is. Pittacus Lore, I am number 4. The price of a memory is the memory of the sorrow it brings. What? Wow, that's so deep. I'm gonna let you guys think about that while I chew on my burrito. But honestly, that quote and like that quote, the price of memory is the memory of sorrow it brings, right? Incredibly real. um, I feel like a lot of memories are based in nostalgia, and to me personally, nostalgia is just like kicking yourself in the gut, like every single time you think about it. Because you're just reminiscing about a time. It's almost like you're looking through rose-colored. You are looking through rose-colored glasses, and it's a kick in the gut, and you're reminiscing about a time that was better. Maybe because you think you're in a bad spot right now. You could be, but it really is just like I don't know. I hate nostalgia. I love it and I hate it. Um, it just sucks to think about. To think back, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, no. The book is just. I don't know, if you're, of course, it's not going to appeal to like everyone. I don't think it's going to appeal to most people. But if you are someone who has like an interest in the military, like you're interested in the idea, you flirt with the idea, or you've read like other books about the military, um, then I suggest go ahead and give it a read. Because it really does just it it makes me want to enlist, and at the same time, like not definitely not like an infantry job, some pog stuff or something. But it's honestly such a good book. And the fact that it is all real too. Like you can, my favorite part is going on Blogspot and looking at the posts, and you can read the comment. I think most of the comments are still there. I'm not sure, but that's just really cool. And I kind of wish more people knew about this. At the time, I think it popped off, but I think it only popped off within the military bubble and Blogspot. Apparently, it was big on Blogspot when it was happening because he was like one of the. There were multiple guys over in Iraq that were documenting and doing combat blogs and stuff, but apparently his was like the most profound, which he quotes. There's a lot of reporters that tell him that, and emails that tell him that his blog is probably like the realest shit ever. compared to the U.S. media machine and what it's pumping out. Um, I think I think it's just a good read. It's definitely it's like 400 pages, not even like 370. Yeah, no, 340. We'll say 340. Or 350. We'll say 350. 350 pages. You could totally, if you're a fast reader, you could get this done in like a day or two. It could totally be like a weekend read. Um, I'm me. I'm not a fast reader. Took me like 3 weeks. Just because I read most of it on the airplane ride. I got through more than half, and then I just stopped. And then I read a little bit yesterday. I spent most of my day yesterday reading it, and then I spent the good half of my day today finishing it. Um, but yeah, I'm a slow reader. I get distracted. Um, and I play music, which doesn't really help with reading comprehension, but it's what I do. Um, to me, it was one of those books where you're done reading, and it kind of fills you with a sense of like, okay, well, what now? Um, like I want to read more from him. I know he has two other books. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're like or what they're based off of. I know one of them is like called "You Are Expendable" or something. We Are Expendable. And I read a little synopsis, and that one's about just him going through life. I think after Iraq. I think during Iraq and after Iraq, and all the like the ups and downs he's gone through and all that. Sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. I was kind of resting on it. Um, but yeah, I may pick up that one. The crazy thing is, I got this book from Goodwill. It was, it's $3.30. Such a steal. If you want books, Goodwill is unironically the place to go. I found a Warhammer book. I've most of my books are from Goodwill. Um, Warhammer, a bunch of I don't know like soldiering stuff, not really diet stuff. I picked up a book about nutrition and health. I remember buying a book about motors. I think I want to say. Um, I'd have to look through my bookshelf and find the ones with Goodwill tags. I think I'm gonna go back tomorrow. But yeah, 10 out of 10 book. To me, to you, it may not be 10 out of 10. It probably won't be. But because I don't really read a lot, the fact that this was able to keep me entertained and I finished it says a lot, I think. I want to read a lot. This book has reignited my flame to get back into reading, especially since I'm not doing anything. I just sit at my computer all day, so I figure I might as well read instead of mindlessly drone YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. Read, work on motorcycle, work out, cycle repeats. But yeah, if you guys have any book recommendations, feel free to drop them in the comments. I don't know. I haven't read any book like 20 or 1-year-old me has not read any book that I bought when I was like 16. I bought a lot of books when I was 16. Most of them are fantasy. So I don't know if I still enjoy fantasy and fiction. I'm not sure if I enjoy nonfiction, because that's the only nonfiction book I've read. So who knows? But just like, yeah, no, if you have a book you really enjoy, tell me about it. Because now I'm looking for more stuff. Now I'm fiending. I'm hungry. I'm fiending for more media to consume, more content. But yeah, this may be like an annual, like a weekly thing where I just buy Taco Bell and tell you about a book I've read. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be cool. It just depends on how fast I can read. So it's gonna be bi-weekly, tri-weekly, quarter weekly. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's gonna be. I didn't even finish my burrito. I'm only like halfway through, so I'm just gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you did, I love you. Um, and yeah, I will see you. I will see you. You in particular. You right there. Yeah, you. I'll see you later. We're at 942. 942 subs. So gotta reach 1,000 soon. And then I'm gonna take you guys on a sunset date. We're gonna go watch the sunset together. Um, and it'll be epic. I'm gonna read out everyone's names as the sun is setting. It's gonna be awesome, trust. We just gotta get to 1,000, and you'll have it. Okay, goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, goodbye.